we all have to work together really to provide that village that our students and families need. The Common App is one of those areas where we kind of assume, or at least I assumed, okay, the kids are going to figure it out, or they're working with someone, or they'll come in and ask questions. But what I found over the years is that the Common App does require a bit of introduction. It requires some clarification along the way. And it's always the same questions that come up and take a lot of time to explain one-on-one. So when I saw, and I always thought that was a kind of niche, one of those spots that was not covered by all of the resources that we have out there. And so in any case, when I first heard of the Access Companion, and it first came out, and it's going to walk you through, try it out, any questions, come back to me. But then we had a nice basis, a nice, yeah, a benchmark kind of to go from. And many times, most times, my students would, just come back and say, okay, got it, thanks. Of course, here in California, and I'm sure obviously many states around the country, we are exceptionally concerned with our students' privacy. We must protect the privacy, confidentiality of our students. And quite frankly, I need board approval. I need our PVP USD board approval to use any kind of website where students have to provide personal information. The Access Companion, that it's a standalone, can work side by side with obviously their Common App, hugely helpful, that there's no advertisement. We want students to feel that they are not obligated then if they are using this resource. Point is very easy for a public school counselor to take advantage of this, to use it. For those of you who are not familiar with Jeff Levy, he is a private consultant, but I will tell you the information, the resources, the way he presents it. I've invited him to speak to our parents here at PV High for now a few years. He's very relatable. He's a great wealth of information. And for everyone, public schools, private schools, for everyone to have access not only to the information he shares verbally in the videos, but other resources that you can find, on his website, which are now available here, again, free of charge, no logging in. This is a wealth of information that is just, for me, priceless. So, and now it's available
It's
just for
true.
everyone. It's fabulous. I hope people are seeing that, when you have this kind of step by step, kind of very logical continuum here for the Common App, it does help kind of demystify, and it does just take off that immediate layer of anxiety. So many kids are just, they just walk in the door, and sometimes I say, okay, let's take a deep breath. you know okay, it's not that bad. So I am finding that a lot of these videos, especially when they're targeted for and when you could say, okay, let's take a deep breath, it's all explained, go through the videos, it goes step by step, and then come back and let's discuss. And then it's usually crystal clear. So I'm going to go with helping cut through some of the anxiety. All of these resources are generally resources that I have on my website. Of course, we have a Palos Verdes High School website, but then I have a College Career Center tab that I am in control of. Honest to goodness, all of these resources are exactly resources I've had, do have on my website. Some of them I said, oh, wow, I didn't have anything on Hillel, let's say. And so now have added. So this is just wonderful. And I mean, you can copy and paste, you know,
Yes.
it's beautiful. I'm here now since a dozen years. And I am using so many, this is just so time saving. These are things that we usually have to create, you know, plan out, create, do ourselves. It's incredibly generous. I think it's just generous resources that, again, you can adapt, use what you want to use, don't use what you want to use. But when I think of going back, you know, when I was a new advisor here, I would have given my right arm for these resources. God's honest truth. You know, I remember the first NAC Act that I attended, and I thought, what did I get myself into? My background was not education, although I had been with the district for many years, et cetera, et cetera. But these are just a godsend in many ways for a counselor that wants to provide some great information, great resources, and it's just all done for you. I just say thank you.